The expected cost of the project can be established by determining the rough cost of all the activities on the project. This estimation is done as part of detailed cost planning, but it will be repeated later during the project execution. Most of the time, high-level estimates that were created during initial planning will be broken down into more details for higher accuracy. Cost estimation for a project usually begins with the work breakdown structure. Each work package of the WBS will be evaluated to understand what costs may be incurred while creating that work package. Most of the cost of an activity is resources cost. Overheads are usually not allocated at the activity level. Overheads are mostly assigned at the project level or sometimes at the work package level. Now, the resource cost can be affected by many things. How productive is the resource? Higher productivity means less time to do the work, so the cost will be lower. This is discussed in more details in the video about data analysis for cost estimation. Other things to be considered are whether work will be done internally or by someone hired from outside. Is the project buying equipment or leasing it? Will some resources be shared with other projects and operations, or the project will have exclusive access to those resources and will have to take the full cost? All of these and many other questions can impact the cost estimates. Cost is almost always expressed in currency terms. For example, dollars or euros or other currencies. But some global projects instead represent the amount of work in effort days or effort hours. This removes the uncertainty about changing costs due to currency fluctuations. The rolling wave planning technique is not just applied for scope and schedule, but can also be applied for cost estimation. Generally, the work done in the later part of the project is at a high level, so the cost estimate will also be at a high level. As the work continues and the project progresses towards completion, more detailed cost estimates will be prepared to have better control over costs. By doing detailed estimation, the confidence level in the estimate also rises. The last point that we need to understand is that what is exactly meant by resource costs? What are the different types of costs that are estimated? Resource cost includes the cost of labor, that is the human effort, cost of material that will be consumed on the activity, any equipment cost that may be used or installed, cost of services that may be provided by a third party, and the cost of the use of facilities. Some other costs that may be considered are the cost of inflation if the activity will be performed later, like next year or after. Cost of financing and contingency cost can also be included. Though detailed estimates are done at the activity level, the presentation of the estimate can also be at the work package or summary levels. This is just to make it better presentable.